3 and 2 and 1. Wow, what a way to start.
Testing on.
This road. Hello.
I think I just always want people to be shocked. Like, whoa.
What? And turn this off.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, cool, I don't need any more of that shit in my ears. Just immediately turn it off.
Maybe.
But hello, guess what? Fucking happy hundo.
Happy hundo!
We actually made it to 100 fucking episodes of this bullshit podcast.
I cannot believe it.
I'm going to ask the question, if you're watching or listening, why?
Yeah, why? What are you doing?
But also, thank you. Because I don't understand why.
I will never understand why.
Like, we thoroughly enjoy doing this because it's dumb. But, you know what? We made it to a fucking hundo.
We made it.
And we get matching t-shirts.
We got matching t-shirts.
With a lot of other people. It's not just us two that have these t-shirts.
Yeah. No. These wonderful football t-shirts are a local team called Queen's Park Strangers, which your boys sponsor. Yes. They are
grassroots and shit.
Yeah, they're a grassroots football team from the south side of Glasgow. Mixed in gender, mixed in ability, but together in good vibes. They can take that. I'll let them have that.
You know what? Points.
Mm-hmm.
That was excellent.
Thanks. But no, they're a great team, and we were very happy to sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
So that's support and sponsor put together. I almost fucked up again. Support and sponsor because, homies help the homies.
Yeah. They're a really cool team, and we got to actually, or at least I did, took Luna to go and see their tournament that they were playing at the weekend, and Luna fucking loved it. Actually loved it.
I just think that's why it's so cool, obviously football's a massive thing, but let's face it, over the last 100 years, it's been male dominated.
Yeah.
And things are changing.
Yeah.
And that's quite nice.
It is, it's also not even just male dominated, it's old white guy dominated. At least in Glasgow and what I've seen, obviously. Everywhere else will be different.
Not so much on the pitch. The old white guys don't get a game anymore because they're too old. But it's definitely been pushed towards a certain audience. And do you know what? The tides are changing and it's about time,
Yeah. So
football's for everyone.
It was so fucking good to take Luna to it, and she just got to she's obviously been to a couple of football games and stuff, taking her to Scottish women's national games in Hampden and stuff. She really got to enjoy it. But see, because she was she felt a wee bit more involved and shit, but then she got too involved.
Yeah.
I was like, sweetheart, it might just be a local game, but these women be kicking that ball real fucking hard. And you standing behind the goal line?
Silly.
Asking to have your face panned in.
Yeah.
And then when she's rolling about, writhing about in pain, I'd be laughing.
I think we'd all be laughing for a second.
We told her. She was warned many times.
She was told.
So many times. I even got to the point where I was like, listen to your Uncle Gary.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I just don't want it to get hurt. That's all it is.
Yeah.
All
it's
it is.
we don't want you to get hurt, but if it happens, he.
But also, are you okay?
Sorry, there's a fucking cat here somewhere in this hat, and that's all I can see when
I've got a hair in the bottom of my foot.
What?
I felt it as I was walking over. I was like, oh hello.
Or just like a client hair from
I got someone else's hair in the sole of my foot. Because I wear these shoes to work. They are covered in hair. They're mocket. They're gross. But
oh my god! Lift your foot up.
I know.
Lift your foot up.
Oh man,
lift your foot up. Take the shoe off then. If you can't lift your leg, look at that shit, dude.
Gross.
That is Bigfoot under there. What the fuck?
Welcome to my life.
You're actually just constantly cutting about with so many cuts DNA.
Don't let anyone ever fool you into thinking the barbering is a glamorous career. It's fucking not. I've always said that when I get old and decrepit, I'm gonna write a book of memoirs, and it's gonna be called Sore Feet and Half Finished Shits. Because that's the reality of what I do.
Right, listen, even if it wasn't you, if I saw that book advertised, I'd say I'd bought it, read it before it was even out, and told everybody that I loved it. That's how fucking good that title is.
Yeah, sore feet and half finished shits. It's a real life account of what actually goes on.
Like that pose of like quizzical, whimsical. Oh, that's fucking excellent, dude. Did you get like pulled under the banner of like Barbara looks fucking glamorous and cool? Were you like fucking lured in?
I saw a video on YouTube and it was called like the new line of Barbara or new wave of Barbara or something. It was all these like cool barbers in the States.
Yeah.
And they did make it look really cool, you know, like a lot of it was just hanging out and cutting hair and chatting shit, and like some of them had pool tables and stuff like that. And
yeah,
that's kind of cool. Now that I've been doing it a long time, I realize that that's not what it is, and I think I realized that very quickly. Now I'm just like, this is my job. It's fine. It's a job like any other. I'm just very lucky that I get to do something that I do enjoy.
Yeah,
it doesn't always feel like work, but I commute to and from my job.
Yeah,
I stand there, I complain, I do the job, and I go home. You know? Like, it is a funny job. It is funny. Like, my job is people pay me money to take hair off of them.
Yeah, you're paid to remove a part of their body every time they come in the door.
And that is odd. That is very odd. But I do enjoy it. I think I'm quite lucky to be one of the ones that do enjoy what they do on a day-to-day.
Yeah, because not everybody does. Like I'm sure when you were working in like, I know you quite enjoyed your time at the hotel, but I imagine that wasn't something you were like, I'm going to do this always.
No, that wasn't going to be the rest of my life.
No.
It couldn't be the rest of my life. Because it just wasn't sustainable, because it was like super unsociable hours. Like,
yeah, of course.
I work 4 days a week. I'm just fucking chilling. It's pretty good.
Yeah, man.
As long as I make my money, I don't care. That is the crux of it, really. Is like, if I'm making cash, it's good.
Do you think it is something that you're going to do until you're like actually fucking like done with working? Do you think you genuinely see barbering as this is me until I decide I don't want to work anymore?
Well, I don't see myself doing anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't see myself doing anything else because I don't have any other skills. I don't think I could do it anymore. Like,
yeah, I suppose.
I couldn't work in a call center. I couldn't do fucking anything else unless this takes off and we get fucking famous overnight. I guess I'm just gonna be stuck behind that chair. But no, I definitely think that everyone is short-sighted when they get into it. Like,
when they get into barbering.
Yeah, there's a lot of like false dreams being fed to people, and it's just kind of shite. Like,
yeah.
It is what it is.
But I feel like that you could say that for like pretty much every fucking job that you go for.
Absolutely,
you know?
But
like,
I think the issue with this job is it's such a massive risk to jump into it, you know, because well, most people are self-employed when they do it, so
of course,
it's not like they're going to be making any money. Like, and that's tough because people have lives.
Yeah, especially if they've gone from like working an actual like contracted stage job
or a salary, like, you know.
I'm gonna go and fucking try and fulfill my dreams
or whatever it is they say, because I know I definitely seen it as my dream job, and it still kind of is my dream job because it works around me. I make good money. I chat all day. I get to use my hands, and it's fine.
Yeah,
but it's a strange job. It's a job I don't give people advice on anymore.
Oh really?
Not that I'm like gatekeeping the job, but I'm just like, nah, it's not for you. Like, I've been doing it long enough now that I can tell when people are going to be in it, you know?
Yeah.
There's one person in the last couple of years that I've given like proper advice to, and now they're a proper barber and they're actually killing it. So, you know, I don't know. I think the idea of being like an unofficial mentor is quite nice to someone, you know, like, not that I think that's what I am, but like this person still comes to me for advice every now and then, and that's quite nice. Because I've got a guy that I go to for advice, guy I've never met in my fucking life.
Really?
Yeah. My boy Razzle from California. He's Freddie's always been really nice to me. Like, when I first got into it, I remember I followed him on Tumblr, and at the time he was doing like loads of hair shows and like traveling around, and he just opened up his own barber shop called Boulevard. And I was just like, how do I do this? And he just like gave me all these like hints and tips, and he was like, what do you want to do? And like we chat about it, and that was 10 years ago, almost. Like 2014 is when I started. And every now and then, still send Freddie a wee message. He sends me a wee message, just see how each other are. Like, it's nice.
Man.
Yeah, Razzle's the boy. Like, he's so cool. He's such a cool guy. So it's nice to have that, and I would like to give that to someone as well, but you just have to be the right someone.
Yeah,
you know?
do you think it needs to be like a kind of, like, do you think because you've been in it for so long and you kind of understand how much you need to actually, like, put in, how much of yourself you need to actually, like, dedicate to it?
Yeah. You're like,
So you look at something, you're just a bit like, I've seen you shit out of most things in your life. Yeah. You're going to shit out of this because of...
So when I was training, is when I was working in the hotel.
Yeah,
so
I
was working... I was in college. Tuesday to Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Finished up at like 12 o'clock on a Friday. I go to the salon for a couple hours. I go from the salon to the hotel. I'd work in the hotel until like 2 in the morning. Yeah. And then I'd go into night shift in the hotel and work until 8 in the morning. Sometimes they'd give me a hotel room like that was empty just to sleep for a couple of hours. Get up, do it again.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, I would get up, like I'd go home at like 8, and then I would sleep for a couple of hours, get up, go to the salon. Monday, go to the salon. Tuesday, rinse, repeat. Start the week again.
All over again. Yeah.
And I did that for like 2 years-ish, runabout, like trying to get myself like the right qualifications. Then I got a spot as a junior stylist in a salon. And then I got offered the job at Badlands. And that's been it.
Ever since.
But people won't do that nowadays. Yeah. People will be like, I can't.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to.
Or sometimes I think for a lot of like people that maybe have like their own, so like, I don't really know how to put this. So people that I know that have tried to do it, right?
Yeah.
They have had their own style of like clout, right?
Yeah.
They are already like well known as a person for something completely different. So they then expect to just be like, I know these people in the business, so they should just be offering me a job to work with them.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you need to understand, we need to trust you with a pair of sharp scissors to not only one, cut the hair that you need to cut, but two, not cut the person attached to the hair.
Yeah, and like, if I'm being honest, that's the tiniest part of the job. Like,
yeah.
The haircut's like 30% of why people will come to you.
Yeah, you've said that a few times actually.
Everything else is about how you are as a person.
Yeah.
Like how you make someone feel, you remember those little things, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is. And like, I think people forget that. Like, these people might be good at other things and have done other things, but can you just be a fucking human?
Yeah.
Like, can you talk to people for a while? Can you make people feel good? Because people always forget that it's actually a customer service job.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's nothing else, really.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter how many fucking like pics of your shave you've like put on Instagram and
exactly
like the different type of like style or the different technique you've used, like, is that person that you're taking pictures of going to come back? If they don't, not making any money.
Right? Proof of the pudding. It's in the eating, isn't it? That's what it is. So yeah, it's a funny job. It's a funny job, that's for sure.
Yeah, but me and Cragpuss were actually talking about this yesterday because we were talking about like we got into like the drummer chat, even though I've not actually been a drummer for like fucking 10 years. You know, like obviously but it's like when you, I remember hearing somebody, I think it was actually somebody in my family said this, is like, you're never not a smoker, you're always an ex-smoker. I feel like that's the same thing with like any type of musician that you used to be.
Yeah.
Like, you're never not a drummer. As much as I've not done it in so long, it's still like, it was still a huge part of my life and who I became and what I've done ever since, kind of thing, you know? So me and Craig like kind of got into like the drum chat where he was like I'm not even trying to like toot my own horn, but like I could do drumming as a job full time.
Yeah, he could.
Because he's incredible,
he's
like
great.
Fucking incredible drummer. But he's like, but I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
If I start making that my livelihood and job, I'll fucking hate it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's honestly the most like wise thing I've ever heard come out of your mouth.
It's like too much a good thing, you know. Like,
yeah,
you end up hating it.
It becomes like a proper chore. You know, like,
everyone wants to live in paradise, but before it, like after a while, it's not paradise anymore. Like, you find these little things that are wrong with it, and yeah, I think you just kind of got to be open-minded to it not being everything.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
like, there's all these fucking like dorks on the internet. It's like hashtag barber life, this, that, and the next thing, and I'm like,
yeah. From your Instagram, most of the time you can't even like, you wouldn't even know you're a barber.
I don't, because that's my personal page. I don't want like.
So like the only way you would maybe know is like on a Friday you post Richie cutting your hair.
Yeah, it's just me getting my hair cut.
Pretty much it.
Like, no other job does it. You know, like the only other job that does it on like a day-to-day basis is tattooing, but it makes sense for them because they need to show what they're actually capable of.
Yeah.
Whereas if I put up one haircut, you're not going to know if it's good or bad. It might look good, but is it good? Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter. Like,
Yeah.
no one's like doing it when they're stacking shelves in fucking Tesco or they're like, oh, Tesco life, you know, like, this is my fucking dream job. Like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
everything
yeah,
is a job. Nothing is that important.
Yeah.
Nothing is that special. I just work like everyone else.
I'm glad we're giving you all a very positive outlook on life on the 100th episode. We're just like, we're all drones. We're all just working so we can like live until we die.
I'm just trying to make people like aware.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't buy into it because it's stupid. it's fucking stupid. All of it's stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Unless you are of that particular type of personality, because you will have people who are like, drums is my life.
Yeah.
You know, like there are like people we know that it's like that is it. Like that is what they care about, and they care so deeply about it that it's like, as much as this is obviously my job and my chores and I have to do this thing to make this money, but then they also are just like, but it's also pretty sick.
Yeah, because some of it is like I'm not saying that it's not like that, but I think you quickly realise that there is not drawbacks to it all, but I just mean like it's not always what it's cracked up to be. You know, like those people who love it will still have days where like, fuck this.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that you're not any like less into that thing, you know? Like just be fucking sensible. Like just be sensible.
There's like that weird fucking like competitive like alpha mentality where it's like, no, if you're not 100% all the time, you shouldn't be doing this. This isn't the thing that you should be. This isn't your real passion. And it's just like, man, I love my children, but sometimes I can't be fucked.
Yeah.
Like, and that was a choice that I made. Like, there are going to be days where you're just like, I don't care how much I fucking love this. It's not for me today because I just need to fucking sit and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Sit and do anything else. It's like you see these like super famous like sports athletes who are just some days are just like, instead of being like fucking constantly training at the gym, fucking kicking a ball, like they're just in their house streaming. Yeah. Just on like fucking stupid like Elden Ring and shit, and you're just like,
because they've got to have something, you know, like they everyone's a person and they need like their outside interests, you know. I don't know. It's fucking weird, isn't it?
Strange. It's like it's fine getting wrapped up in your passion, but like, sometimes other things like
other things are more important, like everything, like everything else. Everything else is more important than your job. We don't live to work, we work to live. That's how it is. And I think more people should
just accept it.
Do that.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it.
I've just never had like a real desire to actually do anything like job wise. Like I've never had that thing when I'm like, that's gonna be my thing. I don't think I've ever felt like I've like had a pure passion. I'm just like, I am gonna go into the job that I get. And
that doesn't mean that won't come for you soon.
I guess.
Like Richie's only been cutting hair for like the last 10 years. He was like 31 when he got into it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's not like he's been cutting hair since he was a boy.
Yeah.
Know? Like, not say he worked to be your brother.
Fucking hell, so he did, man. I'm an asshole. Fucking hell.
He worked for your brother, then he did something else, and he did something else, and now he does this.
Yeah.
You know, like, it doesn't matter. Like, and then you think about all the fucking, like, famous people, like, Oprah didn't get famous until she was, like, old as, like...
Yeah.
Some of the actors.
Was it fucking Samuel L. Jackson? Was he not, like... I think he was, like... in his 40s or something when he got his first role.
Samuel.
I might be making that up, but I'm sure I read that somewhere where it was like most like actors nowadays you see are like kid actors and they've done it forever. Samuel L. Jackson was just like, yeah, fuck it.
When was his first role? Well, how the fuck did I find that out?
IMDb.
Right, here we go.
I hope I'm not making this up, man.
Oh my god.
No, such a dickhead.
I'm clicking on all the wrong things. Right. Fucking show me all of them. Jesus.
Show me the money.
Oh God. He's been in a lot of things.
Yeah. You might be. Yeah. You need your thumb to be moving swifto right now.
So his first thing that he was in is 1972.
Oh, so maybe not then.
So how long ago was that?
50 years.
And he's 74.
Okay, I'm talking shit then.
So he's in his 20s, like.
But I guess there are a lot of people that's like the same kind of time you would maybe get into something. And maybe I'm definitely talking a lot of shit. But I get what you mean. There are certain things where you're just like, didn't get into that until super late in life.
Yeah, like it's. Doesn't fucking matter.
I guess I'm just, you know.
There doesn't have to be a timeline, you know? Like the timeline that is made up nowadays is the one that everyone thinks is right. You know, like. Go to school, go to high school, go to university, get a job, find a woman, get married, have a child, work the big fucking job, buy a house, retire.
Yeah, it's like all that bit in between is like get a job and then like stop working.
Yeah, get a job,
like
don't have a job.
So much stuff happens before that, and then you're supposed to just work for 40 years and do nothing else and then just quit.
No.
Just stop doing it. Like, yeah.
I don't want to do
like,
that.
That was obviously something that like we grew up like that was kind of like not instilled, but it was like talked about a lot. That was like the normal way of living your life.
Yeah, keeping up with the Joneses.
I feel like Emma kind of creeps into it sometimes, where she'll say stuff like that to Luna. I'm just like, can we not instill that in her? Can we just let her do what comes to her and what she wants to do?
Yeah, if she wants to go to university, that's fucking sound. But if not, it's not the end of the world.
Like neither of us. Like Emma went to university when she was like in her mid-20s.
Yeah.
I went to university for a year and then they closed the course that I did, so I never went back. Like, cool. And everything, absolutely everything that I've learned in any kind of education, useless.
Useless.
Fucking useless.
So useless.
I don't use one fucking thing that I have ever learned in anything that I do in my entire life.
No, they need to start making classes that are like life specific.
Yes.
You know? Like,
if you're going to be self-employed, here's how you file your taxes.
Yeah. Like bills, mortgages.
Here's how to change the tire on a car.
OnlyFans. Like, you know, they need to like
Feet Finder.
Yeah, they need to like be able to like teach people how to live.
Yes.
You know, because the common fucking timeline is done.
Yes.
It's done.
The educational system of old that still exists now doesn't fucking work anymore.
People get up at 11 a.m. making a YouTube video and dropping fucking 100 grand.
Yeah.
You know, like, why do I have to go to school for fucking 12 years, 13 years, whatever it is, 14 years probably?
A long time.
A long time. And then go to university for 4 years.
Yeah.
Maybe get a master's, that's another year.
Yeah.
Maybe get a PhD, that's another couple of years.
Yeah.
And then start working.
And then become a doctor and then have to go on strike all the time because you don't get paid properly.
Yes.
Like, what's the point?
Get up, stream something on Twitch.
Yeah, dude. Like,
That's
I've just wasted so much. Like, the most precious thing that we've got in this entire fucking life is time.
Oh, yeah. It's the only thing you'll never get back.
Because it's the only constant that we have. Everything else can fall apart. Everything else can get taken under. The only constant we have is time. And if we're wasting all of that time, not that we're using our time to the fullest right now by sitting in this fucking stupid room talking absolute shite for an hour. But
just let you know. Fine.
Most of the time it's also only 45 minutes. And we're just wasting it all to just be like, right, well, what now?
Yeah, now what?
What do now?
Something.
Just to go off on a total fucking tangent. Would you ever do anything like Feet Finder?
Like Feet Finder?
Feet Finder.
Not my fucking feet. Jesus.
I feel like your feet could be quite marketable because they're fucked.
They're so gross.
Yeah, like
I got that janky toenail.
Mm-hmm.
Got
You've been standing on them for like 45 years.
No, people don't want that.
Yeah, maybe.
Hard skin everywhere.
Oh my god, man! So Emma has bogging feet, right? And she bought this thing. I mean, it's not even a thing. She bought a fucking like scalpel. You know, like a fucking operating scalpel. She bought a scalpel, right?
She bought a scalpel?
Off of Amazon, because apparently you can just buy a knife from Amazon. And she just sat on the chair in the living room like this. Scraping and scraping and scraping away at her feet. And underneath on the floor of where she was scraping, it was just like a fucking scene out of like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Fucking shut up.
Just snow-covered floor.
No.
And it was just dead skin that this gross motherfucker had just like scraped off of her feet. So I'm sitting
I actually feel queasy.
in the living room just trying to watch the TV. Like, I just want to watch the TV in peace. And all I get to listen to is...
Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
It was fucking gross, dude. You know what I did?
Fucking honking.
So I got up,
Divorced her, hopefully.
went in the other room, sat and did my crossy, minded my own business. Fucking 4 minutes later, bing, we text on the phone. Oh, what's this? Open the phone up, not paying attention. And it's just a fucking picture of the anthill that she had created at the bottom of her foot. And I gasped at how fucking gross it was. And then what was the next thing she asked me to do? Can you bring me in a plaster? Because this motherfucker went so fucking tonto on her feet. She was bleeding.
That's so gross.
Bleeding.
So, oh man, that's making me feel so sick. That is awful.
Honestly, my wife is a massive...
Awful.
No!
No!
We actually called it.
No! It's episode 10.
That was the fuck. Honestly, the last thing we said before we put those balloons up.
God
one
damn
of
it.
those is gonna fall. Are you actually gonna fix it?
Yeah, I'm gonna fix it.
All right. So for the fucking audio people, we have a we didn't plan anything because we're absolute dickheads. I was in the town this morning and went, oh, it's the fucking 100th episode today. Maybe I should buy balloons. So we just have little baby like 100 balloons hanging up, and one of them. One of them refuses to stay on the wall. So right now we're no longer celebrating our 100th episode. We're celebrating our 10th episode. Good job, man. But it's fucking crazy, man. Like, we've been doing this for 100 episodes now. I'm doing it for
Over 2 years?
just over 2 years. And it's been hella fun, man. Like,
It has been good fun.
as much as we've not broken the fucking internet or anything, or like done anything pure wild, like just kind of breaks the week apart. Just like, can't do a little poddy tonight, just hang out.
This is our first step to getting up at 11 a.m. every day and making a stupid little video. If you want to get in touch with us for content deals, brand deals,
Let's go.
let's go.
I'll set up a streaming room for you, man.
10
Don't
grand.
worry.
It's going to cost you 10 grand
Like fucking,
per post.
like fucking Farhan when we got here was talking about like that podcast guy that he was saying it's just like
It's mind blowing.
people were like charging to like record your own podcast. So see anybody out there, like, this is my public service announcement. See anybody out there, announcement.
I know, man.
Anybody who wants to start a podcast, do it yourself.
Just do it.
Because listen to me, this cost us nothing to do.
Nope.
Nothing. We spent, I think it was under $100 for the equipment that we use. That's it.
It's
And
nice.
we do this every week. Don't be paying anybody to do it for you, please. Unless
Unless you got
want-
mum and dad's money to do it.
Unless that's what you want to do. Then, you know what? Fine. But you don't have to. I guess that's what I'm getting at. You don't have to pay for this shit.
No.
All of it's free.
Yeah. It's
That's
all
why we
free.
do it. If this cost us money, why the fuck?
Yeah, we would not be doing this.
Why the fuck?
Life's already expensive enough. I'm not spending money to have fun.
Fucking cost of living crisis. Just fucking firing a podcast on top of that. But yeah, fucking 100 episodes, man. Just to think
Nuts.
that, like, we started doing it over a little fucking Teams call or whatever it was, like a Google Hangouts call that we used to use.
Yep.
Just in our fucking bedrooms. You were living in your mum and dad's house at the time.
Yep.
Just in that, like, horrible purple ash room.
Yep.
And we would just talk to each other over it, and we'd have to record separately, and you would have to send me your fucking audio track. And then there was even episodes where we were just like recorded outside because it was a nice day. And then, you know,
Those were the days.
it has progressed. Like, now we started
It
doing it at
has.
each other's houses, and those were always fun, man. I
Those
think
were good.
some of my favourite ones have always been, I don't know why they are, but my favourite ones were when I came to yours in the morning some days.
I was just grumpy as fuck.
Just like moaning because you hadn't had your fucking oatmeal or whatever.
My granola,
Your
thanking you.
granola. That's what it was, dude. Fucking hell. There was one episode in particular where you talked about eating your granola like 5 times.
That's when the police were outside. I remember that.
Just every so often, you're just like, fuck off, man. I'm not had my granola yet.
I'd like you to know that I've progressed to porridge now.
Nice. Is that a
porridge.
progression? I feel like that's a step backwards.
Nah, it feels more grown up. feel like an adult when I
All
eat
of it
porridge.
is gross.
It is gross.
I'm terrible for eating breakfast, so I usually.
Well, I
eat
don't normally.
12.
I only eat breakfast on my days off.
Oh, okay.
And the rest of the time I fucking starve myself. But that's fine.
It's honestly, some of those, I love those episodes where I would just come up with tears in the morning, and we would just sit and have some coffee and just hang out. I'm pretty sure when we were doing that was when it was like summer and it was like nice outside and the mornings were just coming in. Oh, it was some fucking good times, man.
Yeah, summer's on its way.
It is. What a fucking beautiful week we've had.
It's been so nice.
Oh, I cannot wait, man. But listen, 100 episodes in, we're still here. We're still having fun. Thank you very much for listening to like 5 minutes of this bullshit. If you've ever bothered spending any of your precious time with us, we very, very, very much appreciate it.
Yep.
Because there's no real rhyme or reason to this. And if you get anything out of it, then fucking good for you, man. But yeah. It's been a good hundo.
Been a good hundo. Here's to another hundo.
Let's go.
2 hundo. We just get the same balloons. Just keep the zeros. And just get 2.
Oh man, fuck. If you want to do the playlist,
for the 100th time.
the 100th episode was not actually because we didn't do the playlist from the very beginning.
Did we?
No,
Are you sure?
nah. Playlist was after we had started thing.
Oh.
It's not quite 100 yet. I'll find out when it is 100 and we can actually.
Oh, well, it kind of makes sense. Because when these songs go into the big playlist, that'll be 900 songs.
Is that correct maths? Oh, so when those go on?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yes, correct maths. I can count to 10.
Half the time I can't, man.
Anyway, here it is.
Didn't
jumps.
Yeah.
First song I put on is an absolute banger.
Trust.
It's called Sabotrue by Metallica off the Black Album. This is a song that whenever it comes on, I get really upset that it's not American Badass by Kid Rock.
For Kid Rock.
But then, like, I'm instantly not sad because I'm like, this rips. This is a tune. Sabotrue. It's so good.
It is.
Metallica are class. The next song is called My Plague off of the Iowa album by Slipknot. Slipknot remain undefeated in me getting PBs at the gym.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Between them and Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh,
like,
no!
I know, ruins it. But they've just always been good. And
Yeah.
even like their shite songs are still good. Like you'll
Still
listen,
good.
You'll
Yeah,
listen
yeah.
to them and be like, ha ha ha, this is crap. But I
Yeah.
love that chorus.
It's still Slipknot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, they're cool. They're cruel. Cruel?
They are cruel as well, you know.
The next song is a song that I've been wanting to put on the playlist for fucking ages, but I haven't been able to because it wasn't on Spotify. But De La Soul's 3 Feet High and Rising has just gone back onto Spotify.
Nice.
So I put Me, Myself and I.
Oh, what a tune, man.
It's an absolute bang. I'm
Fucking
so glad
hell.
that like all of the songs are back on.
Yeah.
Fucking dynamite.
Let's
'Cause that
go.
one album that they had was really good that was on there. The one with that is it Cocaine Rock or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That's a banger with MF
Yeah.
Doom. And then I'm like, I want more. I know I have more. So it's all good. The next song I put on is Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by Cage the Elephant. I have not heard this song in so long.
Sorry. Curve ball out the wazoo. Cage the fucking elephant. Who
Yeah.
are you?
I love this album. This album is amazing.
What the
I
fuck?
remember being at school when it came out and like remember hearing like the first like guitar line from this song like and I was like, what's that? What's that noise? And it used to really annoy me that the guy looked like he did, but now I don't care anymore. Like,
How does he look like?
he just had like a bowl cut and like sunglasses all the time, and I was like, oh, okay, hate that because I was a goth.
It's like an Oasis thing.
Yeah, I was a goth, so I was like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
But it's an absolute class album. It's just a self-titled. It's so good.
Nice.
The next song I put on is one of my favorite Ramones songs. It's called.
Just fucking leave it, man.
Yep. It's called Poison Heart.
Oh, I love this song.
It's so good. It's off Mondo Bizarro, which I believe came out the same year I was born. Just FYI, 1992. There it is.
Fucking fire.
I think it's amazing.
I love that song.
I love the Ramones. I just think they're one of these cool bands that have kind of stood the test of time.
Yeah.
Probably all pieces of shit, but such is life. We all are, really, aren't we? Anyway, that's my one hundo.
Let's go.
contribution to the Turn Jams.
I put on Loaded by Primal Scream as my first one.
Nice.
Because that is just, like,
A banger.
don't know what it is. Summer's coming in.
Yeah.
That is a summer song.
Yeah.
That is a summer song. Next song I put on is Loathe recently did like an audio tree.
Oh, nice.
And it's fucking amazing. So I put the song Gourd on, which is from their last album, I'm sure. Whatever that long ass fucking title was that took too long to think and say.
Yeah.
That album, but it fucking rips, dude. Absolutely rips. I love the fact that they've just like stuck with the fact that their guitarist left.
Yeah.
They just never replaced them.
Yeah. And
They just one guitarist now,
still
and they
heavy
still
bassy.
sound amazing.
nuts.
So good, man. Got a lot of time for that band for sure. Next song I put on is aside from this distant shadow. There is not something.
Change that name.
I don't know the rest of it.
Change that name.
It's too fucking long. By Loma Prieta. I forgot how much I love Loma. They just kind of popped up recently, and I was just like, I forgot how fucking good this album
You
is.
can almost guarantee anything that's on Death Wish Records is going to fucking rip.
Are they on Death Wish?
I'm sure they are.
I didn't know that. That's dope. So that's from the IV, which might be 4. But it's
Probably.
but it's I.V.
I don't be that.
That's not usually what Roman numerals is like, but it could just mean 4.
It could be.
I've never checked to see if they have 3 albums before that, because I don't care. Banger. And then the next song I put on is Velvet Gloves and Spit by Timber Timber, which is the first song off of Sincerely Future Pollution.
Weird synthy one.
I will be honest, right? I get into Timber Timber off of that first album me and you listened to,
Yeah.
which is just like the fucking Cabin in the Woods sludgy blues shit, right?
Yes.
So I was just like, that's what I like. So I never gave this album time of day because it's like synthy, not like super bluesy anymore.
Yeah.
But holy fuck is that album good.
But it's cool when bands do that. They just like change it up slightly.
That progression, but like you can
Ceremony did it, didn't they? They were like fucking power violence band, and they were like a skate punk band, and then
Yeah.
they did those fucking weird synth albums for ages.
yeah, no, they're just like fucking like
Joy
New
Division.
Order.
Yeah, it's weird. But I love it when a band changes things up and it still works.
Like-
Like you can still listen to those songs and go, it's Timber Timber.
Yeah, but it's like that perfect progression of you like you can hear it throughout the albums, where it's not like a drastic change.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
they
you can
started,
actually
like, oh,
you can feel the evolution.
yeah.
Because it's like what you're saying for like Ceremony, you can feel the evolution from violence to If Nothing Moves You or whatever it's called, into Ronet Park and then into Zoo. See that progression of albums?
Yeah.
Perfect when you're actually trying to see the evolution of a band move into something else.
That's
Like
cool.
absolutely perfect.
And Zoo's a fucking banger of an album as well. So
Oh, incredible. And then the last song I put on is The Family Disease by Oceana.
good. Nice.
Now, I fucking love this album. Is it Birth Eater, I think it's called?
Yeah.
I fucking love this album. And it was like the only, like, or at least in my opinion, it was the only like good heavy album that Oceana ever did. So I think
it is the only good album that they did. Like, I love that album.
well, they did. I suppose the next thing they did after that was like an EP, and that was when
Yeah.
they went like kind of lighter and it was more singing and stuff. There was
Yeah,
no
I,
more,
I
like,
was just not arsed by anything else.
yeah. I mean, I still love them like as like the entity that they are now and shit. Like they're like
Yeah,
Polyenzo and stuff now.
Polyenzo.
Like I still fuck with them, but like that album, fucking start to finish is a fucking masterpiece. Like the guy has such a fucking good set of pipes on him.
He does, and he can kind of make anything work. Like the Polyenzo stuff is like there's some of it that's like kind of country sounding, and then there's other bits that just straight up R&B.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I can't actually remember. It's like Brendan something. I think his name is. He's got a fucking great set of pipes on him. That album I really like because it's like it is that like super heavy way where that it was like very of the time, but they did it in a really more melodic, more kind of like in like looking inward. I always forget the actual fucking word for it, but like they were very good at like telling the stories. Whereas like the music of that kind of shit back then was usually just like fuck woman,
Here's
I'm
a
gonna punch them
breakdown.
in the fucking face.
Chin,
You know,
chin, chin.
yeah, it was just some bad shit about people that are already shitty people. But then they came out with like a storytelling album. You're just like, what's this?
Ooh.
The fuck with that?
Concepts. Nice.
Oh, right. I I'll let you do a sign off because I feel like I've already thanked people too much.
Well, yeah. Again, thank you very much for listening to the silly little podcast for 100 episodes. Still feels weird to say, or 10 if you're watching. We do sincerely appreciate you coming and spending some time with us every week. And even if it's not every week, whatever. When you come back here, we'll be here.
We will.
That's fine. We're not going anywhere. But yeah, thank you. We love you. And I love you.
I love you too, man.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.